Okay, so about a little bit more than 3 months ago I posted a video called "Every single unused and unreleased map in Dead by Daylight." And I hate to break it to you, but that title was a lie, because not only have I found more unreleased DBD maps, but I have also received video gameplay footage for the ones that I was only able to showcase through screenshots in my original video. So without any further ado, let's get right into it. Back in 2019 there was a leaked developer public test build for the 3.0.0 update. This PTB is most famous for the fact that it revealed the upcoming killer for the game's 3rd anniversary chapter, that being of course the Ghostface. But this leaked build was also where a lot of other developer assets were found, for instance many unreleased maps. The first one that we're going to take a look at is an Ormond variation, that is nicknamed Kenya_Shack in the game files, as Kenya is the code name for the Ormond realm. The map is shaped like a giant U and features a lot of the common landmarks that we are used to seeing in Ormond, such as this little cabin right here and the signature sign. Also, can we talk about how cool this Firewatch tower was on the old Ormond maps? I would love for the developers to bring that back, especially since it adds a lot of personality to the hill tile, which is usually pretty similar on all other maps. Now, this unused map right here doesn't feature any kind of main building, though it does have the shack in it. There are a whopping 7 maze tiles, and a fair amount of filler palettes too. Although this Ormond map is completely finished, it is still unknown why it wasn't released alongside the Darkness Among Us chapter. Moving on, we've got another unreleased map that was discovered in the 3.0.0 PTB. This one is called Asylum_Carnival, and could have supposedly been an early version of the Father Campbell's Chapel, though this theory has not been confirmed. Unlike the previous map, this one right here isn't finalized, as there is a significant number of missing and untextured tiles spread throughout the map, so there isn't really anything that could act as direct evidence for that theory. On the contrary though, Asylum_Carnival could have just been planned as a map from the Crotus Prenn Asylum realm that simply has no main building, similar to maps like Rotten Fields and Wrecker's Yard. In that case, it's a shame that this map wasn't released, since I would much prefer for the developers to add new maps to already existing realms, rather than just creating a whole new realm every time. And to be fair, they have started doing that as of lately, which I'm pretty happy about. Also, I just wanted to quickly say that the old lighting looked absolutely amazing. Okay, now before we continue with more unreleased maps from the 3.0.0 PTB, I wanted to show you guys this video. Now, you may notice some familiar looking stuff right here. As you can see, this is the treehouse from the Garden of Joy map, where I'm pretty sure the Golden 2 box is currently located. Furthermore, this developer map also contains an early version of the greenhouse that can also be seen on the Garden of Joy. In addition, right next to it is a full untextured 3D model of the motel that usually sits out of bounds near the parking lot. Now, I do remember seeing this video before the Roots of Dread chapter was officially revealed, and I thought that the motel was going to be an actual playable structure that you could go inside of and find the usual stuff like generators, hooks and totems. But as you all know, things didn't turn out this way, and the motel can only be accessed by performing out of bounds glitches and stuff like that. Would you guys like to see this building as a playable structure on a different Withered Isle map? Let me know down in the comments. Getting back to the developer map, it contains an unfinished version of the main building, as well as other early assets. But this isn't the only case when an upcoming DBD map was leaked, as this also happened with Chapter 22 Portrait of a Murder back in late 2021. And the existence of actual developer maps could be traced back even further in the past, like for example this one that was found in the 1.9.3 update, which looks more like a place for testing palettes and window loops more than anything else. Something that is a little bit unclear about this map, however, is the fact that it is called Asylum Infinite Gym, and it is classified as being part of the Crotus Prenn Asylum realm, though the fog used here is more like the one in Larry's Memorial Institute or Gideon Meat Plant. And yet another developer map similar to this one is Seb's Dream from the MacMillan estate, and this is where we get back to the 3.0.0 public test build. As you can see, this map doesn't contain any defining features whatsoever, except for an exit gate, many missing tiles and an abundance of hooks, so I won't spend much time talking about it, as there isn't really anything to talk about in the first place. But is there even a single unreleased map that actually has a main building in it? Well, yes, there is. What you're currently seeing on screen is an alternate version of the Groaning Storehouse that was found in the same PTB. The thing that I find really interesting about this one is that its layout very closely resembles the layout of the second Groaning Storehouse variation that we received about half a year ago along with the other new MacMillan maps. So, have the developers been planning these alternative MacMillan versions for more than 4 entire years? Or maybe this was just a one-time thing that they did for the Groaning Storehouse, which in turn influenced their later decisions. I'm honestly not quite sure, though I'm curious as to what you guys think about this. Moving on, this is a map that you have probably seen a million times already, so I'll just quickly go over what there is to see here. Grim Gully is a backwater swamp map that contains the village main building, as well as the Blood Willow tree and the shack. There are a lot of elevation shifts all over the map, and although it seems pretty much finished, unfortunately it's not quite there yet as some of the map borders are missing. Grim Gully is pretty well known overall, but if you're interested in learning more about it, then make sure to check out my original video on unused DBD maps. But for now, let's continue with something different. Before the current Grim Pantry was officially released in Dead by Daylight, there was a leaked video of a work-in-progress version of this map called Dead Lake, where the main building had these big neon signs. Well, a more developed iteration of Dead Lake could also be found in the PTB from Dead by Daylight's 3rd anniversary. The layout of the map is nothing out of the ordinary, the main building is here, though without the neon signs, and the shack is also located on an elevated corner of the map, next to which there is one missing tile. However, contrary to how the cursed cabin can be found on the outskirts of the actual Grim Pantry map, here this hut stands right in the middle of the map. Also, huge thanks goes to Creeper Piggy 7971 for providing all of this incredibly interesting footage from the 3.0.0 public test build. Well, I guess that was it. These were all of the unused maps from DBD's history that I was able to fit in this video. I wanted to apologize for the few editing mistakes that I made in my last video. Honestly, they're pretty embarrassing and yeah, I'm sorry for that. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this video, make sure to click the like button and subscribe, thanks for watching and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!